was shot and killed at a San Francisco Walgreens last Thursday.
A Walgreens security guard was taken into custody but has not been charged. ABC 7 News reporter Lena Howland just spoke with protesters.
Say his name! Banco Brown! Say his name! Banco Brown!
4 days after 24-year-old Banco Brown was shot and killed at a San Francisco Walgreens, a rally was held to demand justice.
It's insane that Walgreens has armed security. There's nothing in that store worth a human life.
Julia Arroyo, co-executive director of the Young Women's Freedom Center, says this rally is also to demand housing specifically for Black trans youth.
Charges against that security guard who shot and killed a shoplifting suspect at a Walgreens downtown. Some city supervisors are now calling on the DA to take a second look at the case. Our crime reporter Henry Lee is live now with the latest. Henry.
Heather, the DA says this was a case of self-defense, but some San Francisco supervisors, including board president Aaron Peskin, say they want the prosecutor to reconsider her decision not to charge this guard.
You do not have the right to execute someone for shoplifting.
San Francisco supervisors Shaman Walton and Aaron Peskin are upset over San Francisco DA Brooke Jenkins' decision not to charge a private security guard with murder for fatally shooting Banco Brown at a Walgreens.
At a minimum, this appears to be a manslaughter case to this non-attorney.
Peskin says he plans to formally draft a resolution asking Jenkins to reconsider.
I am deeply concerned, based on my conversations with law enforcement, by the district attorney's decision not to charge, at least manslaughter.
Jenkins told me video evidence and statements made by the guard and witnesses indicate the guard acted in self-defense after Brown threatened him at the store at 4th and Market.
You never want to have to tell a family that is wanting justice that, you know, the outcome of the case isn't going to go in the direction that they hoped.
A life was taken at Walgreens.
Supporters of Brown packed Tuesday's Board of Supervisors meeting to criticize the DA.
Because the fact that that DA does not want to press charges for what happened to a young Black trans youth is totally unfair.
That armed guard was scared for his life when he had the weapon, when he took a life.
Why are we politicizing this? District attorney made a decision. Legislators should stay out of it.
KTVU legal analyst Michael Cardoza says under the law, manslaughter is not a viable alternative to murder if the DA says the guard shot Brown to protect himself.
Self-defense is self-defense. In this case, the politician seems to be getting involved to garner votes, to assuage their constituents.
Now, the SFPD and the DA are not releasing video footage of this shooting. Assuming the DA's decision sticks, Banco Brown's death will be listed as a justifiable homicide.
We're paying, I don't know if you can at this point based off your policy choices, but I have to pretend you have some form of empathy left. So I am going to spend the next minute screaming, because that is what is going on in here. That is what the trans genocide in this country, in this city, has brought me to.
Next speaker, please.
Next speaker. For that security guard to get away with murder, that's not cool. Brown only needed some food to eat to survive at the end of the day. No security guard should ever kill somebody for just taking to Arizona.
We keep our communities safe, and we demand that you get your boots off of our neck!
Thank you for your comments.
Y'all have failed once again. This is not the first time, and it damn sure won't be the last, but we gonna get justice today?
My pronouns are she, her, they, them. Black Lives Matter, defund the police, disarm security. I find it sick that Brooke Jenkins refuses to charge a security guard who murdered one of my fellow trans people, Benko Brown, a black trans man. I know plenty of my white girlfriends who actually shoplift and they don't get killed. Brooke Jenkins don't care about black or trans people. Glenn Greed don't care about black and or trans people. We need real solutions instead of bullshit thoughts and prayers. The city needs to ban security guards from having guns, but most importantly, we demand housing, we demand healthcare, we demand reparations for the black community. Frankly, I don't care if this extrajudicial killing leads to riots, fires, looting, and graffiti. A life was lost, and lives are more important than property. You all have blood on your hands. I yield my time. You!
Okay, so we saw the video about Brown's case and what people are saying. People are saying, oh, it wasn't right, blah, 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 blah. Okay. First of all, the woman that said, oh, I don't know why they have security guards in Walgreens. There's nothing in there that's worth taking a life. Okay, now she is right. She is absolutely right. There's nothing in Walgreens that someone should get shot over. But that's not what it was about. The security guard did not shoot Brown because Brown was stealing. It shot Brown because Brown threatened the security officer. It's not because Brown was stealing. So she needs to shut up and get the facts straight before she opens her mouth. That's not what it was about. He did not shoot Brown because Brown was stealing. He shot Brown because Brown was threatening the security officer. So that's the first thing. Second thing is that woman that runs the housing for transgender youth, whatever it is. She's like, oh, why had to be a fatal shot? Why did it have to be at the heart? That's what they're trying to do. They shoot them center mass. You know, like, okay, well, I'm going to line this up, just right there. Make sure I hit him in the chest. No, that's not what he did. He took his guy out and started shooting. That's where the bullet went. I've been doing security for 20 years. They are trained to shoot them center mass. Why? Because it's the biggest target. They're not trained to shoot him in the leg or shoot him in the arm or the shoulder. No. You're going to go for the biggest target. Center mass. It is the bullet went to his heart. That's all it did. Now, for the person that said, oh, we're going to get justice today. The security guard felt threatened, even though he had a gun. He had to take a life. Now, of course, the video had not been released yet, but I would not be surprised if Brown is reaching inside his pockets or has his hands inside his pockets. Brown could have had a gun. Brown could have had a knife. If Brown had a scratch in the back of his ass and he started going back and looking, the security guard thought he might have been reaching for something. They don't know. And even if Brown was unarmed, if he reaches for anything and he's threatening the security guard, so I'm going to kill you or something, Brown could have had a knife. Brown could have had a gun. The security guard doesn't know. But I would not be surprised. The video does get released. I'm not be surprised if we see Brown reaching for something or digging inside his pockets. Could have been reaching for something. Could have been reaching for a knife, a gun, whatever it was. Now, if Brown was just talking smack and then the security guard shot him, yeah, the security guard should be punished. Everybody should go to jail because talking smack doesn't give someone the right to shoot someone and kill them. But eyewitnesses, video footage showed that Brown was threatening the security guard. What eyewitnesses that were there, actually there, not people who weren't there, people who were actually there, said that Brown was threatening the security officer. So that girl saying, "Oh, well, he felt threatened, even though he had a gun." Well, did Brown have a gun? Were you there? Were you there? Were you there? No. Sit your fat ass down. Now to the girl that was screaming. Okay. If you want to act like a 2-year-old having a tantrum on national television, go and do it. Now, the guy that said, "Oh, well, at the end of the day, he just had to steal something because he was just trying to survive." Okay. Is Brown allergic to hard work? Because there is a thing called a job. Now, I know jobs are hard to come by. I know that. They are hard to come by. But there is something out there. I mean, you can get a job at In-N-Out. I took my daughter to In-N-Out today to get them lunch. And there was a sign on the door said, "Help wanted, starting at $21. Making french fries, flipping burgers, you'll get $21 an hour." That's pretty good. That you can get $21 for making french fries and flipping burgers, and you're making $21 an hour. That is pretty good. For the transgender that was with the blue hair, talking about he, she, they, them. First of all, whoever came up with the pronouns is stupid. They and them is plural. They and them does not mean one person. It's something plural. If you say, "Oh, they were being so mean," you're talking about a group of people that were being mean. "Oh, I don't like them either," you're talking about a group of people you don't like. It's plural, it's never single. So whoever came up with these pronouns is completely stupid. But that's a story for another day. So, back to what we were talking about. She was saying, "Oh, they, them, blah, blah, blah." I thought Black Lives Matter was over. But now you have a white person that's saying transgender Black Lives Matter. Is that going to start again? Are we going to have a whole bunch of people marching in the streets saying transgender Black Lives Matters? I mean, I thought Black Lives Matter was over. Now, I have nothing against Black Lives Matter. I have nothing against it. Nor do I have anything against transgenders. But why is it a white person doing that? I mean, if you're talking about Black Lives Matter, shouldn't it be a black person? Oh yeah, they're all black people. But who's running it? A white person. Now, I have nothing against white people either. I'm half white myself. But, and she was saying, "Oh, I have girlfriends that steal all the time and they never lose their lives." Okay. Well, let's think about this for a second. Do your white girlfriends threaten the security officer? Are they even going to a department store that has a security officer? And once again, you weren't there. You were not there. You did not hear what Brown said. You did not see any video evidence yet. You were not there. Of all the people, I think only one. I think it was Brown's niece or cousin or cousin. I think it was a cousin. Was there. She was the only one that was there. That was there. And of course, she's gonna stand up for her cousin or whatever. But yeah, but she was the only one that was actually there. So, I mean, I choose to listen to people that were actually there. They actually witnessed it. Now, they say that they're going to show Brown threatening the security officer. Eyewitnesses say they saw Brown threatening the security officer. Now, I will not surprised if the video is ever released. I will be not surprised if we see Brown reaching inside his pockets. I will not see a surprise if he was kind of reaching behind him. It was me, he had a scratch in his ass. He wanted to scratch it. Security guard thought he was reaching for something. I would not surprised if Brown even had a weapon. So, I mean, that's my thought on the video. I mean, hopefully we see video evidence and then we'll make our own decision about what if the security officer should have not shot Brown, or maybe he did have to shoot Brown. But this is not a hate. This is not a hate speech with transgenders or blacks or anything like that. This is just a video disgusting, what happened. It's not a hate video. Not a hate video to a transgender or anything like that. It's just a video discussing, talking about what happened. So don't be coming for me in the comment section saying, "Oh, you're transphobia," blah blah blah. And I'll see you all next time on the Mike and Father Malado show.